Welcome to today's edition of Crypto Corner at InvestorIdeas.com, news on what's driving the cryptocurrency market. This podcast is sponsored by Integrated Ventures, Inc. Integrated Ventures, Inc. engages in digital currency mining operations, manufactures equipment, sells mining rigs, and develops blockchain software. Integrated Ventures, Inc. is traded on the OTC under the ticker symbol INTV. Hey everyone, this is Sam Mowers here, and welcome to episode 491 of the Crypto Corner podcast. For news today, Bitcoin has continued its rally, bringing major altcoins along with it. Coinbase has filed for an IPO, and DigiNex has outlined its strategic roadmap. But just before we dive into today's show, a quick reminder that if you enjoy this podcast, please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And while you're at it, I recommend checking out some of the other podcasts on InvestorIdeas.com. This includes the Clean Tech and Climate Change podcast, as well as the Cannabis Podcast. Both of those will bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. So Bitcoin has continued its most recent rally, which began on Wednesday when it rocketed past $20,000 and established a new all-time high trading price. Since then, it moved higher to a peak of about $23,600 yesterday and is trading for around $22,400 at the time of recording. That is according to data from CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap also indicates that major altcoins, including Ether, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, have also seen rallies, with growth in the past 7 days of 15%, 42%, and 18%, respectively. This is, of course, more than a little resemblant of Bitcoin's last all-time high 3 years ago, back in December 2017, which was followed, as some of you may recall, by a major crash in the early weeks of January 2018. But while it's certainly possible for history to repeat itself, quantum economics founder Matti Greenspan, quoted in a Cointelegraph article, opined that Bitcoin's growth is just beginning. Quote, "In our opinion, things are just getting started. We probably shouldn't be using any old yardsticks when it comes to determining what kinds of percentage gains are possible. Should demand continue to pick up from these levels and supply continue to constrain, there is a distinct possibility that we may see some days of 250% gains or even more." End quote. He went on to say, quote, "Now that we're past the prior all-time highs, there are no levels left on the chart that might indicate where the price might eventually top out. It will top out at some point, though. You can be sure of that." End quote. Crypto exchange giant Coinbase has filed preliminary documents with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for an initial public offering. That is according to an official blog post yesterday. Crypto database and research site Messari finds that the company could be worth $28 billion. Messari's Myra Cristanto tweeted, quote, "Crypto and equity markets valuations have traded independently. This listing is important even for token valuations, as Coinbase will provide a valuation anchor, not only for future equity listings, but also for crypto-native exchange tokens." End quote. DigiNex Limited, which trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol EQOS, outlined its strategic roadmap to make digital assets more accessible for institutions and individuals at the 13th annual LD Micro Main event on Tuesday, December 15th. DigiNex CEO Richard Byworth said, quote, "EQOS is differentiated from many other exchanges in that it focuses on solving many of the infrastructure and product issues that current traders are dealing with on incumbent platforms. As we roll out a much improved version of the perpetual futures product, this is just the beginning of our roadmap around the derivative product set. Having one of the world's leading custodians in the space, we are also able to provide our institutional clients with the foundational piece towards a full prime brokerage offering or a private bank-like experience for retail. 2021 is set to be a huge year for Bitcoin, the industry, and DigiNex." End quote. That does it for today's Crypto Corner. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products, services, or securities. Investors are reminded all investment involves risk and possible loss of investment. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, and Google Play Music. For disclosure purposes, Integrated Ventures Inc. is a PR, news, and social media featured company on InvestorIdeas.com.